Chapter 16, Part 9. In this we're going to look at the different types of acquired immunity. So there's two basic types, but they can be either active or passive. So naturally acquired is a normal response to an antigen that you just encountered as you did your regular life. Artificially acquired immunity is a response to a vaccine. Both of these can either be active or passive. So let's look at a little picture on the next slide. So on the top, we see the methods of natural acquisition of immunity. You can do the active natural, which is you get an infection, your body responds, you get sick, you have symptoms, your immune response kicks in, and you get over the infection, and then you're now protected. That's natural and active. Your body is making the antibodies. It's a normal response, immune response. The other way that is natural and passive is where we have antibodies transferred from mothers to babies before birth and in milk. The IgA antibodies in milk are protective of the baby. So that is passive. The babies did not make the antibodies, but the baby gets the benefit of the antibodies. And this is a natural process, so it's considered a natural passive acquisition of immunity. In the bottom part, we see artificially acquired immunity. And that is the active immunity is through vaccines. So your body is exposed to parts of pathogens, fragments of pathogens, and mounts an immune response against those fragments, which include many epitopes, which is why we use those, right? We use the pieces of viruses or bacteria that have a lot of epitopes and then put them into the vaccine so that your T cells and your B cells get exposed to them, get an amount of response, so that you have the secondary immune response instead of the primary immune response if you get exposed. So that's active because your body makes the antibodies, your body has the T cells ready to respond. It is artificially acquired because you didn't get the actual pathogen, you got the pieces that we gave to you. Another mechanism that's artificially acquired, but this one's passive, is if you get anti-serum. So we give people antibodies made in someone else's body to bind to, stick to, opsonize antigens that may be in your body. For example, there are anti-sera against certain kinds of snake bite toxins. So if you get bit by that kind of a snake, you can go to the hospital. They'll give you this anti-sera, which is really antibodies from a horse who was injected with the same kind of toxin from the same kind of snake, and the horse makes antibodies against it. We collect the antibodies from the horse and we put them into a vial, and then we give it to people who do things and get bit by snakes. So we can minimize damage and loss of tissue, and those kind of snake bites tend to have a lot of neurotoxins and necrosis factors, and they do terrible things to body parts, which can all be reduced if we can get you some anti-sera. It reduces dramatically how bad things are if you can get access to the anti-sera. It is artificially acquired, right? You didn't make those antibodies, the horse did. It is also passive. I'm sorry, I have that backwards. It's passive because you didn't make them. It's artificially acquired because we put them into your body with a needle. That's not a natural thing at all. So that's the final slide of the final chapter of this course. I wish you all well and best wishes, and hope everybody comes out of this okay.